This is a picture of a 60,000 mile guaranteed tire after 5,000 miles. So my question to you is this. Is it supposed to look like this? Yes or no? Type it in the comments if you will, please. Yes or no? And if we were at a workshop or if we were live in person, I would be able to have a great conversation. We'd be able to hear some of your reasoning. Because what's interesting, this question has two answers. How do you look at it? What's your confirmation bias, right? As Dr. Wayne Dyer says, when we begin to change the way we look at things, the things we look at begin to change. So what's your answer? Yes or no? Again, not a right answer, not a wrong answer. I just want to know your opinion. So back then, I made sure that my alignment was correct. So I went to the garage, went to the service station, and to get it aligned. And just 3 months prior, I had just paid the money to get it aligned. And so I just check it. I want to rotate my tires. And as they check it, they're like, oh, it's out of alignment. Bad. I'm like, really? I'm like, okay, this is the same place I took it before. And so I'm like, okay, get it changed. Because I don't want to mess with, because this is a long distance from Utah to LA. We're going to Disneyland. We start going, and the van's just pulling. It's pulling to the right. And that's not just barely pulling. It is like dragging to the right. And we get to a certain speed, things start to vibrate, and I'm like, this is going to be a long, long trip. So we get into it about 60 miles, and I pull over to the next service station. Now I got this fixed at a national chain, so I could just drop in and get it fixed if something like this happens. So I pull in, I roll up, I'm like, listen, I think my car's out of alignment. I'm like, but I just got it changed. Help me out. So they went in there and they took a look at it, and they're like, wow, this is completely out of alignment. So they got it corrected, and I had to pay for it again. So this is the second time I paid for it. And again, I don't know if this reminds you of anything here, but have you ever been promised X, Y, and Z if you purchase A, B, and C? We get back on the road, and it's cruising. We are going. And I'm like, okay, it must have been out of alignment. And so I'm thinking to myself, I'm wondering which service station was out. Their evaluation, the machine that made sure that you were aligned was aligned. And so when I got home, I took the bill and I took the experience to the first service station and told them what had happened. They're like, no, our thing's on. I'm like, just go check it out and get back with me, and we'll deal with this after. I get a phone call later on that day. They're like, Griff, you're absolutely right. Our machine is out of alignment. So going back to this question, this 60,000 mile guaranteed tire after 5,000 miles, is it supposed to look this way? Yes or no? I say yes. I say yes. The answer is yes, this tire is supposed to look that way. You might have said, no, the tire wasn't manufactured. It wasn't created to look like that. But the question is it supposed to look this way? And the answer is yes. This tire is in perfect alignment to get the results it is designed and aligned to get. We might want to take out that word design, because it's not designed to get that, but it is getting the results it is aligned to get. Now, there's a huge difference between design and aligned. Are you designed to get the results you're getting right now? If it's not as much as you possibly desire and want, I would say no. You're designed. All things were created by God, and God wants us to have all things. This tire is in perfect alignment to get the results it is aligned to get. Yes, you may say that the tire is out of alignment, and that would be correct. If you desired it to function in accordance with the manufacturer's specifications, this tire is ruined. Do you want to know how to change your alignment as a leader? As a leader of your company, as a leader of your community, as a leader of your home, as a leader of your life? You are the captain of your soul. You are in complete control of your destination. You have the ability to achieve your dreams and desires. But if you're not getting your dreams and desires, perhaps you might want to look at your alignment. Perhaps you might want to look at what you are doing personally. You might want to look at who you're going to get the results. What experts are you listening to? What advice are you getting?